Hi, Simply Sarah Made Easy. I am going to show you something really super fun today and super easy. So these are to be put in your ask boxes for your flower girl, or you can make them for your maid of honor or your bridesmaids, whatever, just your ask boxes. You can put them right in there with all your other little gifts. It's just a really cute, fun little thing to make. And they're super, super easy. Or, you know what else these would be super cute for? Is for like a little girl party or something, is, your little take-home gifts. So let's get to work. I'm going to show you how to make these. These are incredibly easy. Anybody can do it. Okay, so here we are. We are in Design Space. I have already started on the text part of it just to kind of save some time. So both of these fonts are both Design Space fonts. Let's see. This one is BFC Artisan Bread. Super nice font. And this one is Alyssa Stencil Script, okay? And then this design, I got that out of, right out of Cricut Images. So I went to Images, and then I just typed in Rose, and a whole bunch come up. So, and I picked that one. So let's go back to our canvas. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start out and we're going to take two shapes. Okay. We're going to take this rectangle and we are going to take this rectangle. Okay. And what we need to do is, I know that I want this to be about 3 by 2 for this first part. So, but in the same breath, I don't want to mess up these edges. And let me just show you if with this, so if I unlock that so that I can pull it out of proportion, do you see how that's not too bad for the edges? But watch what happens when I go like this. So you end up with kind of warped edges when you take these, this type of corners and you do that. So I don't want that to happen. So we may have to do a little bit of a workaround. So let's go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to unlock it. And I'm going to see what happens when I go to 2.5. No, I'm going to go to 3 wide by 2.5 high. And let's see what our corners. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so our corners still look good at that. Okay, so we're going to take that. And we're going to, you know what? I'm not sure that I actually love that size. Let me, because I think I might, so I'm going to relock this so that I can keep it in proportion now. And let me try sending this to the back. So I right clicked it and I'm going to send it to the back. It's the same color as that text. That's why you're not seeing the text. So I'm going to change the color. Because I think I actually really like this, this kind of shape, I guess is what I'm looking for. I don't really want to move that too far outside of that. So I think what I might do is, well, I don't want to stretch that out too much further. Let me see if I can make this text kind of work with this. So if I take that and then I shift and select that, and I shift and I select that, and then kind of downsize it. That's not too terribly bad. It's kind of outside of what I wanted it to be, but that's okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and then I'm going to shift select this and I'm going to, I think I want those to be, I'm going to go up to a line. I think I want those centered vertically. No, I take that back. I don't like that. Bring that down just a little bit. And don't mind that it's kind of distorting the text a little bit. That'll go away. So I'm going to select both of those, and I'm going to attach those two. And then I'm going to select this, and I'm going to select this, and I'm going to select that, and I'm going to align all three. Okay. And then I'm going to flatten those for now. So I went ahead and I flattened that. Then I'll just put them all together for now, because what we're going to do, take this off to the side, want that to be white. Okay, this is going to be a print then cut project. So we are going to print this on our printer and then cut it on our Cricut Joy Xtra. Okay, and if you're working with any of the Cricuts that can have the capability to print then cut, so any of the Explorer series, any of the Maker series, the Venture, and the Xtra. But that is what we're going to be working with today. So I am going to pull this a little, because that's a little bit too big. So I'm going to change the dimensions just a little bit, and then I'm going to hope that it doesn't mess up those corners on me. Nope, I think we're good. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to take this and I'm going to relock that. And now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to duplicate that, okay? So with it selected, you can see the handles on the corners mean it's selected. I'm going to go over here to this, to the pluses, and I'm going to make two, okay? So now I have two of these. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I don't want this too big, but I also don't want it too, as far as wideness goes, but I also don't want it too small. So let's see, that is, okay, so these are already much larger than we're actually doing them. So that's okay. So we're going to take this. I know that I want this to be, take that, unlock that. I know I want this to be about a half of, I want it to be half of an inch wide, but these are out of proportion. So let's go ahead, let's take these down to approximately the size that we're going to finish them up at, just to add this middle piece in, okay? So I have both of those. I don't know if you saw what I did. So what I did is I'm taking both of these and I'm clicking align and I'm centering them just so that I'm working with them both at the same time. And now right now the width is at 4.3. We're definitely going smaller than that. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm just going to move this over here so that I have that, just because that was the right proportion. So I have all three selected now. I have the two rectangles and the text and the rows all selected. And I'm going to make this whole thing, let's see, I think I'm going to make that two, no, you know what? I'm going to make it three. I'm going to make it three. So I'm going to make it 3 wide. Okay. And now we have these. So that's up about what I wanted at. So that should be good. So, and I know I want this to be, this middle section in between the two. I want that to be, I'm going to lock it. And then I want it to be a half of an inch wide. So 0.5 wide is what I want that to be. And then I want that to be, so I'm going to unlock that, and I want it to be, I'm going to say 1.25 high. No, that's too much. How about 1 high? Yeah, I think I think that's good. So, all right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. I want that to be white also. And then what I want to do is I want to select both of these, and I want to align that on the bottom. And I want to take this and put that just over that edge, okay? And then I'm going to select both of these. And actually I can select all three of these, because what I want to do is I guess it didn't matter. So I want to center that, and then I want to move this one over, okay? So that it's just about, can't remember if these two were centered on the bottom correctly. Yeah, looks like, okay. So now we have, that's the piece of the, so now we're going to take all of this, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to combine, and we're going to weld it. And we're going to weld that all into a single shape. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this, and we're going to right click that, and we're going to bring that to the front, and we're going to put that right here, and I'm going to select that, and I'm going to align it, and I'm going to center that vertically. And now what I'm going to do is, with both of those selected, so I have both this welded portion as well as this selected, I'm going to flatten it all. So now that is how you set up a print then cut. So what is going to happen now is this is going to go into the printer. It's going to print this part, and then it's going to cut just the outside border. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go over to the printer. We're going to load in some 65-pound cardstock. I'm going to link in below the video. I'll link the cardstock that I use. It's Recollections brand. It's just really good. It's the best 65-pound cardstock that I have found. So it prints perfectly, cuts perfectly. It's just really, really good cardstock. And let me just say before we go any further, if this video is of interest to you or helpful, like the video, but also subscribe to my channel. When you're subscribed to my channel, you'll get notification when the new videos come out. Probably, once or twice a week. Just lots of ways to use not just your machines and materials, but also learning how to design for yourself. So there's some really good videos coming up in the design series you're not going to want to miss out on. Subscribe to my channel. You'll get notifications when those to come out. One other thing real quick before we move forward, I'm going to link also in the video description. I'll link everything that we use here, but I'm also going to link our Facebook group. We have a bunch of them, but I'm going to link Cricut for Beginners. It's about 750,000 members, 770,000 members. Super friendly, super helpful. You'll fit right in. So definitely join us there. I'll link that in the video description. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go over to the printer. We'll get this printed on some cardstock. Then we'll go to the Joy Xtra and we're going to get it cut. Okay, so we're going to go back over to Design Space for a second because I want to show you how to change your print settings so that you get a really good, clean, nice looking print every time. But I wanted to show you also, so this is the inkjet printer that we're printing this on. This is like a $40 printer. It was not expensive, maybe 50. I got it on sale. I'll link it in the video description. These are great. It's just, you don't need to buy an expensive printer. As long as you know how to adjust your print settings and get, the best print that the specific printer that you have can do, you'll be fine with something like this. I'll link that in the video description. Let's go back over to Design Space, and I'll show you how to adjust the printer settings. We'll get this printed, and then we'll get it cut, and we'll get it put together. Okay, so now I'm going to show you where to locate your print settings and how to get the correct print settings to get the best print, okay? So I'm going to click up here. I'm going to click Make It. Let me first check, make sure this is, if that's correct size, click Make It. Okay, and this is all set. So I'm going to click Continue. And now I'm going to click Send to Printer. Okay, so when this dialog box comes up, I'm going to make sure that I have the correct printer that I want to use selected. Okay, there's a drop down there if you need to select a different one. And then for this, I don't need bleed on, but if you have a full color design, you will want to leave that on. It's not going to matter either way here. But this is what you need to do. Use System Dialog Box. You need to click that over, okay? Now when you click Print, another dialog box is going to come up. This is this dialog box. This is where your printer settings are, okay? So depending on which printer you want to use, has to be the same one. You're going to choose the same one that you've already chosen on the first dialog box. So that's chosen. And now right here, I'm going to click Preferences. Okay. Your preferences, your preference box may not look the same as mine, but it will have these tabs up on top, and that's what you need to worry about. So there's going to be several different settings. On some, you're going to have to, on some you'll see where it'll say fast print. If that is clicked, you want to click that off, okay? That's not going to be one of my options on this particular dialog box. But if yours says fast print, that would generally be in the advanced setting, in the advanced tab, or paper quality, one of those two. If you see that, click that off. If you see bidirectional printing ticked, click that off, okay? For me, what I'm going to do in this one, I'm going to click, and so in all of them, you want to select your paper type. Okay, so for this, I'm going to print, and I'm going to choose, so this is just a matte cardstock, 65-pound cardstock, but to get a really nice, full color, real deep, vibrant image, I'm going to click this, HP Matte Presentation Paper, okay? And I'm going to change my print quality. So you're going to want to look through all of your different settings. I'm going to change my print quality to best, okay? If you ever are printing and you can't figure out why it's only printing black and white, this right here is what it is. It'll say black and white or print in grayscale. You can click that off and that'll fix that. Okay, so let's look at paper quality. This is on best, okay? And again, yours might not look exactly like this, but you're going to find all of these options in your tabs. Okay, and then let's go to advanced. Yep, so your advanced will, if you don't have this, so HP has a little bit different of a dialog box, but if you're using like an Epson or something like that, the Epson dialog box is going to look a little bit different. And then their advanced settings, there's more settings that you can adjust there, but you don't need to for this. Okay, so this will print perfect. Okay, so we have everything all set. So now we're going to click OK. And now we're going to click print again. And now it's going to print really high quality. It's going to be a really nice print, even on that less expensive printer. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go over. We'll grab the print off the printer and we'll go over to the Joy Xtra and we'll get this cut. Okay, so a couple of things. So this is all set. Now you can't see where it's going to cut, but it'll know. Even because that's in white, that's why you can't see where it's going to cut. But this will know. So I did not load this on here exactly correct. I'm a little bit off. So my cut's going to be a little bit off. But I didn't want to peel it off and end up with like a curled sheet. So we're just going to let it be. So the cut will be a little bit off. So it's important that you're careful, that you're making sure that you're lining up your edges perfectly so you can get a perfect cut. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go back over to my laptop and I'm going to tell it to move forward. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is I wanted to show you the settings. So when you're choosing your cut setting for this, if I were cutting on a Maker or a Venture or an Explore series for the 65-pound Recollections cardstock, the perfect cut setting that will give you a perfect cut is Cardstock Intricate Cut, okay? So that is not available as a setting on the Xtra for some reason. It just must not be necessary, which is fine. So what I'm going to do is I am going to choose just a basic 65, because this isn't an intricate cut anyway, so it doesn't need to be more delicate. So I'm just going to choose the light cardstock 65-pound setting, and we should get a perfect cut with that. Okay, so I'm going to click that, and I'm going to click done. And now the machine's going to be ready to load the mat. So we're going to go back over to the machine. We're going to load the mat and we're going to get this cut. So I have loaded the mat. It is all ready to go. I just have to go back over to my laptop. I have to press go and then it's going to it'll suck this right in, and it'll read the lines. It'll read these 4 lines on the outside, and then it'll cut. So right now it's reading those registration marks. Here goes. And there we go. So now it's going to kick the mat out. I am going to go back over my laptop, and it's going to ask me to eject this mat. And then we will get this all put together. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is I want to talk to you about taking cardstock off of a mat. So this mat is this is a brand new mat. So I wish I would have had an older mat or a light grip mat. I did not. So this is what I used. But you can see how that's going to kind of, especially because, so this I don't care because it's scrap, but do you see how that curls it, how I'm pulling it up? That's the scrap, so I'm not going to take the time to be careful with that. Normally I would, but for the sake of time in the video, I'm not going to mess around to save a little bit of cardstock. But with the actual project, I will peel that carefully. Okay, so normally, like I said, with a light grip mat, it won't hold on as tight, so it's a little bit easier to get that off there. But in this case, or in really just about any case, you never want to peel. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm tipping the mat, and I'm lifting. So that is how you get cardstock off of a mat, especially a newer mat, okay, or a regular grip mat. Lift, and there you go. So you see how it doesn't get curled when you do that? Okay, so now, I'll talk to you about a couple of things. So, when you are putting these on, you can, so obviously you're giving this to a flower girl, you're giving it to a younger kid, sometimes a much younger kid. So you might not want to use staples to put it together. I'm doing that for, just for the sake of ease for this video, but what you might want to do is use this, okay? This is Barely Art Glue. I'll link it in the video description. If you're looking for if you are looking for a good solid craft glue for cardstock, this is the precision tips that come with it. This is the best of the best, okay? This is what you want. And this would work absolutely fantastically for this. For the sake of ease of putting this together, I'm just going to use staples. But I think probably more than anything, it's a little bit late. And I don't want to have to rinse off because you have to rinse the precision tips, and I don't want to do that tonight. But that's what I would use if I were giving this to a very young child, okay? So let me just show you how you put these together. Very simple. Slip this through here. And that goes like that. Match these two up. One staple. Two. Make sure I get that other staple in there. Two staples. Oh, looks like I clogged up my stapler. So, two staples. And that's it. And that is all there is to it. And that is a really, really cute thing to add to your Flower Girl box, to ask her to be your Flower Girl. Another thing, if you're selling these at shows, super easy to package these up and have them look super cute and not have people get, you know, dirty hands on them and ruin your inventory. Super easy. I'll link these in the video description also. These are just the right size cello bags for them. And that's it. And that's all there is to it. I'll do another video soon on packaging. You can put really cute like packaging stickers on these, or even like do like foil to seal it. It's really pretty too. I'll do another video on that. But that's it. That's all there is to these. And that is just a really fun thing. And this doesn't just have to be for Flower Girls. You can put, you know, your maid of honor or your bridesmaids, whatever you want in there. That's just a really cute little thing to add into your ask boxes. So that's it. So like I said, if this video was of interest to you or helpful, like the video, that helps me out a lot. But also subscribe to my channel. There's so many good videos coming up that you're not going to want to miss out on. You'll be notified when the new videos come out when you're subscribed. Join us on Facebook. You're going to love Cricut for Beginners. It's such a fun group. It's huge. It's one of maybe the biggest group on Facebook group for Cricut users outside of the you know, Cricuts groups. So, but you'll love it. They're so much fun. I'll link that in the video description. And other than that, I hope you have a great day. Bye.